I want to start with a small puzzle. Imagine running an empire. Taxes, roads, warehouses, armies without a single written sentence, no books, no scrolls, no alphabet, and yet everything works. This story takes place high in the Andes, along a spine of mountains that cuts the west side of South America. Colombia, Ecuador, Peru, Bolivia, Chile, Argentina. They called it Tawantinsuyu, the four regions. Cusco was the center. Here's the core idea. The Inca had no writing system as you and I think of it. Instead, they managed information with memory, training, and knots. The knots were called Quipu, bundles of dyed cotton or camelid fiber strings hanging from a main cord. Each knot's type and position could represent numbers. Colors and placement helped mark categories: crops, herds, labor obligations. Specialists, the Quipu learned to read and tie them. If Quipu was the ledger, the road was the network. Capac Nyan, the long Inca highway. Runners, the chasqui. Tambos, roadside stations. A short note might cross hundreds of kilometers in a few days, carried by breath and legs. Administration ran on people, place, and schedule. Households paid a labor tax. The mitiya, terraces, mines, roads, state projects, storage sites, kolkas, kept dried potatoes, maize, textiles. Officials counted contributions with Quipu, then moved goods where they were needed. Oral specialists, Rokamanam sa amautas, Orostasua Saishona, Borostashuos, taught history, law, ritual in schools for nobles, the Yakaiwasi. Stories, poems, songs carried rules and memory forward. You can still see the results in stone. Walls fitted so tightly a blade can't slide between blocks. Terraces that hold soil on steep slopes. Channels that guide mountain water like careful handwriting across rock. Machu Picchu, Ollantaytambo, Sacsayhuaman. Time itself was organized without ink. The Inca watched the sun at pillars near Cusco, tracked seasons, timed planting, timed harvest. Festivals marked the calendar, aligning labor, faith, state. Landscape served as archive. Sacred mountains, seke lines, shrines formed a mental map tied to duties and stories. Why does this matter? Because it shows that writing is only one way a civilization can remember, coordinate, and rule. Here, memory lived in trained people, braided into cords, and stitched into roads, storehouses, and ceremony. It shows the power of infrastructure as information. Terraces that hold seed and soil, roads that carry orders, calendars that pace the year. It reminds us that knowledge can be embodied in experts, in rituals, and in the land itself. Even after the empire fell, Quipu survive as quiet witnesses, threads that still hold patterns we are learning to read. For historians and geographers, this matters, because it widens our map of human possibility. Where others used ink and paper, the Inca used altitude and stone, runners and rhythm, a system tuned to mountains and seasons. It also cautions us. Archives are not only libraries. They can be granaries, plazas, and sightlines to the sun. And it invites a question. What forms of knowledge are we overlooking, simply because they are not written down? High in the Andes, an empire learned to speak without letters. In stone, in steps, in knots, in time. A civilization that lived without written language did not live without record. It remembered differently, and left a memory you can still walk. Sometimes the clearest lines are the ones no pen ever drew.